Welcome to Mastermind with Maggie. Maggie Chula is a psychic channel for the Akashic Master Teachers. Together, they are experts on spiritual healing and helping you connect to your source of light, your soul. Join in a mastermind. Resolve your problems and create goals for the future. Build action steps that empower you to create your life in partnership with your soul wisdom. Problems can be on any subject: health and well-being, relationships, spiritual, emotional, or your connection to your soul. Manifesting your goals can be simple and easy. Join in the discussion. Mastermind solutions to problems. Create goals and action steps. Then move forward to a life full of possibilities. We invite you to come with your problems and leave with a plan.
Welcome. Greetings. My name's Maggie Chula, and I'm so happy you've taken the time to join me today. On this show, we're going to talk about what if you could. I work with a lot of people as a psychic, a spiritual counselor, and even a teacher. And I know that all of us have moments when we're just hampered by doubts and feelings of, I can't do this. I mean, I'd like to, but, if only I had this, or that person knows so much more than me, or who do I think I am doing a show like this? All these little doubts that pop into our heads. It's normal. It's a perfectly normal thing to do. But I'd like to talk about some of those things where we, maybe do feel you're unable to do it, but then let's look at what's taking your life energy hostage. Why can't you do or have something you want? And after we talk it out, we're going to mastermind potential ways you can move from a stuck to an unstuck place in your mind. Since your mind does create the reality that is shared with you, you actually do have the power to make the changes necessary to reach your goals. So as you know, I am that natural-born Pollyanna. I see the light in people. I see the potential in things. But I do also know, living a human life, that it gets tough. It gets really tough. Sometimes I find myself being just knocked down during a day. I think I'm doing really well. And it's the little things that come up. It could be something someone says to you, and all of a sudden you find yourself, you're backwards. There you go. Once again, I'm 5 years old, and people don't want to play with me, or whatever your story is. But the thing is, we've got to learn to take control of our minds. We need to. That is what is creating our reality. I completely believe and understand that. It's been proven to me over and over and over. I no longer doubt that. But I still have doubts. Can I do this next thing I really want to do? Is there a way? And I've learned through a lot of the work that I've done for myself, because, those of us who are in these healing arts, and we've taken a lot of courses, a lot of classes, maybe even to figure out the hurts and fears that have been in our own lives. And it just keeps coming, doesn't it? I wish there was a pause button that says, oh, this is it. This is my happily ever after. Please do not change anything else. I'm going to live right here. But if that happens, what you're really asking is, where's that exit? Where's that death's door I hear about every now and then? I think I got to take it and move out, because life will never be happier than that. And I just want to start to shift that thought around and say, why not? Why can't it? Happier than today? Sure it will. I want this or something better. And it's something that you need to learn to prepare yourself for. So that's what we're going to talk today. But I want to take a little bit of housekeeping, just keep me on track. There are reasons and seasons for these shows. And one of the things that I'm doing to help move myself forward is I have always known how to heal kind of on a vibrational level. I mean, I've known about it, but I haven't actually taken the steps until, the last 15 years. I gotten myself down. I understand what my body wants and how I'm doing it. I've moved forward. And through the work I've done For myself and others working with the master teachers, we've created a process that we call the Akashic vibration process. And I'm now challenging myself to teach this online and to do this in a way that I can get as many people as possible to understand these processes work. We're talking about expanding your imagination, talking with your little magical part of you, which we all have. We're all connected to the source. And the source vibration I call the Akashic vibration. I'm not at all sure when or how that happened, but I do know my grandmother was very important to me, and she believed in the Akashic records way before, way before most people did. And so I just knew, she's right. There are records. There's a way to retrieve this information. So I'm going to point you to Learn It Live. It's all spelled in one, learnitlive.com, or go to my website, maggiechula.com, or akashicvibration.com, and you're going to learn more about it. But these classes are dynamic. They are built to take you to understand all the amazing power you really do have to heal your life. So that's what I'm going to say about that part. You can go there, look about those classes, and I sure hope you do, because it's going to be fun, exciting, and learn new skills. The other great thing about working with the master teachers and the beings of light that are around you is that they take you where you are and all the things that you've learned, and you start to synthesize and go, okay, that piece works for me, that piece doesn't. How can I make this one better? And you really will start to make those shifts yourself as you affirm and connect up to your source of light. So these classes are also guaranteed to help you learn how to channel your soul wisdom. That's a lot to say, but we do it. So I just know that's what happens. I would also like to share with you that we are open now to take calls, and I'm bringing guests on in September going forward. So if you have something that you've worked on in your life and you really know that you've got that, you have tools that have helped you move forward, I'd love to have you come on and help us know what that is. So we're looking for solutions to everyday problems or solutions to something that you've had to deal with that's helped you. The main point of this show, when you listen to it, is we want to take you from, here I am, I don't know what I'm going to do today, but I can't stay like this any longer, to here's a potential, here's a possibility, oh, here's a simple step to move you forward. I'm really excited to say I've got most of September and October booked, so please give me a call and let me know if you want to do this. Send an email to Maggie@maggiechula.com. Like my Facebook post or page, my Facebook business page, Maggie Chula, Psychic Channel and Spiritual Teacher. So that's it for all of that. And now, in my side of the world, it's 11:11, so I know the angels are telling me, come on, we got to get going. So what is going on in your life that makes you feel kind of stuck? What is it where you're saying, well, I want to do that. I really want to do that. And is this a class you're thinking about? Is it a college you're going to go to? We know that school is just starting up again from that, from the timeline of the year. It's a new beginning here in my part of the world. Most students are going back, teachers are going back, parents are going back to, what are we going to do now that summer is coming to an end? And it's good to start to think about that before the actual end of summer. But now that we're near there, that's what we're doing. So this podcast is, what if you could? And I'm going to ask you to think about something that you said that about. I think everyone I've ever talked to does have that part of their brain that goes, you know, I've always wanted to do this, but I can't. Or my parents taught me that I'm not smart enough to follow that one. Or I just know my friends are better at that than I am. What is that? What is that program that's running through your head that says, oh, if only, if only. And let's start to move that if only. I want you to think about it this way. Those things are being sent to you, and you've thought about them. Maybe they're dreams you've had since you were little. I want to be this. But when you go through and you start to think, I have to make a living, or I want to have the weekends off, and you start to put limits on things, that's still fine. You're creating your life. But what did you give up? What was it you walked away from? Think about that, because I want you to start to look at how can you change that mindset. Because this show is not only about masterminding and bringing more than one brain together to come up with the synergy and intelligence that's going to help move you forward, but it's also about empowering and mastering your mind. Being prepared for the fact that we all have these thoughts that come through our mind that they're negative. They block us. They disempower us. It's something we're used to doing. But just while you're listening to these shows, all these beautiful, uplifting shows, it's time to give your mind a break and go, okay, all right, I'm willing. I'm gonna come back after this break and I'm going to be ready to go. But what if I could? Because we've got a lot of techniques to use to help you move forward. So during this next break, I want you to think about this. What if you could? What is it that you would like to have that answer to? But what if I could do this? But what if? And think about what is it that you did accomplish that you really weren't sure you could, or other people weren't in there rooting you on and cheering you on, because those are going to help you too. So come on back. We're going to talk about this. What if you could?
Conscious connection to a more mindful world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Spiritual, metaphysical, green living, psychic, alternative healing, life coaching. Do any of these or similar terms apply to your business or cause? If so, you are in a niche market with a very specific audience. Conscious Gate PR is the world's leading conscious public relations agency. With a global reach of over 4 million and growing, we offer comprehensive media campaigns to our targeted market. Learn more at ConsciousGatesPR.com. Conscious marketing for conscious minds.
My name is Victor Furman. Some call me the Voice. I've always been fascinated with human nature, spirituality, science, and the crossroads at which they meet. Join me Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on OMTimes Radio, and we'll explore these topics and so much more on Destination Unlimited.
Are you stuck? Have you tried over and over to stop an addiction? Let go of self-sabotage? Do you have anxiety attacks or anger issues? Do you want to stop? Let go. Breathe. I can help. I have a 9-step spiritual healing path program that will lead you towards attaining balance and well-being in your life, body, and mind. Contact me. Go to MaggieChula.com and learn more. I'm here when you are ready.
Want to know some fun facts about colonoscopies? Colon cancer is 90% preventable. A colonoscopy can detect and prevent colon cancer in one fell swoop. But here's a not-so-fun fact. Lots of people are so uncomfortable even talking about a colonoscopy that they never get one. If you're 50 or 45 for African Americans, get screened now. Maybe even earlier if you have a family history. To schedule a screening today, visit StopColonCancerNow.com.
Okay, welcome back. Welcome back to Mastermind with Maggie, and today we are talking about what if you could. So before the break I said it'd be good for you to take a moment and start to think about that. Think about that goal you've had in mind that's just, it seems to be beyond your reach. You've always thought, I want that, but it's not for me, or I can't do it. There's so many other people more talented than I am. Whatever that is, I want you to think about that and start to think about what was the goal? What is the goal that just lights up your heart, that makes you go, if only I could do that. I just know that my life would move more smoothly. Because some of that stuff that's coming into you, if only, those are little signals that are coming to you from your higher wisdom. Because the guidance that's around you, the guides, the angels, the many, many beings of light, they know your potential. They know your self-worth better than you do. Because you're here stuck on earth. And so many of you don't even seem to connect to your soul wisdom. Maybe you're not even sure you have one, but I assure you, you do. So right now, take a moment and think about this. What if I could? What's the answer there? What if I could? What is it that you want to do? Think about that. And then I want you to ask yourself, now, what would be the worst thing to happen here? What if I could? What if I set this as a goal? So instead of saying, what if I could, it's like, this is my goal. I want to do this. Because so many of us, here's what we do. We think of the negative. When I ask people to tell me their goal, they will tell me, oh, excuse me. Huh. Okay, let me try to stop that. When I ask people to tell me about their goal, the first thing they'll do is tell me what they don't want. Well, I want to do this because I don't want that. And I want you to let's go. Let's go. Let go of that. We're not here to talk about what you cannot do, but I want you to have a goal in mind. So let's look at some of those what if I could. What is it in your mind that you've always wanted to do and you just need a little help with? Now take that what is it, and I want you to start to think about how would you phrase that in a way that's positive. So what if I could is stating it in a positive instead of, I know I can't do this, but if I could. No. I want you to drop that part and just go, what if I could go get that job? What if I could write that book? And start to move your mind into thinking about, I can. If I could do this, it would look like this. If I could stand up to that person, here's what I'd say. If I could, I would find myself going over and sharing this with that person and saying, hi, I've always wanted to meet you. So what is it? And start to think of it in a way that says to your mind, what if I could? And then you're going to start to ask yourself, and your mind's going to start to come up with, oh, wait a minute. Oh, if I could, here's what I would do. So it takes a little bit of time to start to look at your goals and say, this is what I want. And in this case, we're saying, I know I don't want this. I know I don't want that. I do want this. I know I want this. I can't have it, though. I do want this. I can't have it, though. So instead say, I do want this, and then just stop. What is that? All right. So I want you to have a goal in mind. Do you have something that you've really always wanted? Now, in this scenario, when you figure out You've always wanted this. What if I could? Take a moment here, and I want you to think about it as if it exists. Is it a habit or a behavior, a person you would like in your life, somebody you'd like to make amends with? What if I could call that person and say, I'm sorry? So instead, how about moving yourself into, you've done it. You're going to move yourself ahead and go, okay, whew, I'm so glad I moved myself into this job, or I'm so glad I went and I asked this person out, or I'm so glad I took the chance to change my lifestyle and lose that 50 pounds. By moving your mind into the act as if you already have it, now your brain is going to start to say, oh, okay, I already have it. This is what is going on. But I want you to take that even one more step further and say to yourself, I already have this. This is what it feels like. It feels wonderful. It feels terrific to know that I was able to achieve that goal. Oh my gosh, my friends are so proud of me. My mother, my father, my children. And give yourself a moment to really be in that state of, I know I've accomplished this. So you've gone from what if I could to I know I have. And you need to write down some of these things, or take a moment right now and seal that thought. I have this. I can see my book in my hand. Or I have this. I can see this contract signed and I have my new job. And now I'm going out and I'm going to celebrate. Or I have this. The doctors are sharing with me, you're pregnant, you're going to have a child in 7 months. Yes, I know it. I'm going to go out and. So you start to help your mind by going, we're moving ahead now. We're going to move ahead, and here I am, and I have this. Oh, it feels so wonderful to hold my baby in my arms and to shower all my love around it. So the process here is taking yourself from, I can't, I'm stuck, I would like to, but, and moving it to, wait a minute, I'm going to set this goal. I'm going to set this goal and know I can do this. I can do this. So just for today, I'm going to move myself here and go, yeah, this is what it feels like. It feels just like this. So that can help you shift. Now, do you feel that? Have you been able to find something that you wanted so badly that you are willing to suspend that critic inside you to say, you know what, I can do this. What if I do have this? How would I feel? Because when you start to imagine how you're going to feel when you have that, then when you come back to your world right now, you're going to want it even more. Now you're going to look at your life and say, my life isn't as full because I want that. And when you know what you want, remember, if you know where you are and you know what you want and you can really feel it and bring it into your world, you can achieve that. So that's one way. That's one way to do it. Imagine it's already done. And then take a moment and look back at the last year. What were some of the ways you moved forward so that you did get that? So that was your desired outcome. Now you're working with your imagination and you're letting your mind share with you how you could do it. You're crashing through all the negative thoughts because you told your mind it's yours. I have it. I know this is mine. I declare it. I can see it. I can feel it. I'm celebrating with my friends. And so your mind's not going to argue with you. It's going to go, oh, okay. So, in that case, do you want to know how you did it? And please be aware when you're working with this to let go of this is not a rational thing to do. Because this is a time of great change, lots of change. So we're looking for potential. Where can I grow to help my life light up in the future? Where can I go to help me wake up today and go, this is the best day ever, and I'm going to work towards my goal? And it does take action on your part. And the action is, number one, remember to breathe every day. Do your connecting up. Have you connected up with your breath? Do you believe in yourself? That's a biggie. Can you believe in yourself? And do you want your angels to help? Yes, please help me. Today I'm going to stay on track, and I'm going to know I can succeed at this. Please help me, dear beings of light. I know you're here with me. So those are some first steps. But when we come back from this break, we're going to start to learn how to set well-formed goals, because I think that's another piece that helps people create the life they want. Do you have a goal out there and it seems so big and overwhelming? Now you're not sure how to do that. Is there a way to help your mind know you can get there? What are some of the simple ways you can chunk that down? So right now it's have something that you've really always asked, what if I could? And start to work with these thoughts and these tools, and at the end of the show you're going to have one or two simple action steps to help move you forward. So I want you to come on back after this break and let's start to learn about well-formed outcomes. So okay, I'll see you soon.
A conscious lifestyle for a mindful life. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
There is no death, only a change of worlds. Chief Seattle. Deborah Livingston is an award-winning intuitive psychic medium whose international services include mediumship, spiritual assessment, animal communication, and spiritual mentoring. She is a published author and a trained shaman. Deborah provides evidential messages from spirit and departed loved ones. Learn more at deblivemedium.com. That's DEBLIV medium.com.
Hi everyone, this is Shay Parker, the host of Best of the Best, which airs live right here on IOM Radio every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Pacific. I'm super excited to bring you expert guest hosts, spiritual discussions, free psychic readings, and so much more. I can promise that you will not want to miss this one-of-a-kind, fun, yet touching, down-to-earth show. Join us every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific on OTR-FM. This is Shay Parker, and I can't wait to see you there.
Do you want to connect to your magical child, merge your passions and creativity, unlock your imagination, and play with the angels? Come learn the Akashic Vibration process with me, Maggie Chula, and the Master Teachers of the Akasha. Together we will mastermind, exploring questions, issues, blocks, creating possibilities, then ground your creations into your current timeline. Contact me. Go to MaggieChula.com and learn more. Create new possibilities today.
What's up? This is Brad and Mike from Lincoln Park for LifeBeat, the music industry fights AIDS.
Listen up. Times are tough and you get a lot of things thrown your way. If you're being pressured to have sex and you're not ready, then say no. If you're having sex, be smart and use protection. Respect yourself and protect yourself.
For more information, call the National AIDS Hotline at 1-800-342-AIDS or log on to www.lifebeat.org.
Okay, welcome back to Mastermind with Maggie. On this show, we're talking about what if you could? Because we're all hampered by thoughts and feelings of doubt. And things like, I know other people can do this, but I can't. Oh, if only I could. And I invite you to come and join me. Hey, why can't you? Why can't you? Let's mastermind. Let's find ways to help you move from a stuck to an unstuck place. Because I know your mind is creating your reality. So it's time to master that mind so you have the power to make the changes necessary to reach your goals. So what I asked you on this show was, what is it that you always wanted to do? Because you're saying, what if I could? What if I could? So the first thing we talked about was start to think about what's the worst thing that's going to happen if you don't? What's going to happen if you don't? Because that starts to move you into, oh, if I don't, well, my life's just going to remain the same. I'm going to be in the same dead-end job. 3 years from now, I'm going to be 3 years older. I mean, at one point, that really was my why do I have to get out of here? And then you start to say, well, what if I already had this? What if I already had this goal? What would that be? So you start to look and feel and sense the what if. And actually, that is one of the ways to work with a well-formed outcome. The first step to do when you've got a goal, so you know this goal. So I'm assuming you've worked on something and you have a goal. I hope you always have goals, by the way. But so you want to state it in a positive way. I have this in my life. I know that I'm able to do this. So you want to also make sure that it's something that you can do and that it can be maintained by you. That it's not something that you have to rely on somebody else for. I know that I can be the best wife ever because John is the best husband. No. I know I can be the best wife ever because I love my husband. You see, it's not the person, anyone outside yourself. We're talking about things that you can do to make your goals move forward. I'm all about partnerships. Yes, I am. I've created one with OMTimes here. But I know that it's up to me to get up on Mondays and to be on the show and to do this show. And so my goal has to be something that I can initiate and maintain by myself. And then it's really good to have appropriate chunk sizes. So it's great to be at the beginning of a 4-year college degree and go, I know I'm going to be a greatest nurse ever because I love people and, all those things. And I have no doubts you will be. But what is it about that goal that needs maybe a little bit of form to it, something that can help you now that you know you can do it, right? Because you stated it in a positive. And you also want to be able to sense what's it going to be like to achieve this goal. Why do you want to be this nurse? What is it going to feel like when you're able to help a patient and you can see that they're regaining their own control over their physical life? Is that what it is for you? How is your family feeling? How are you acting during these social events? Are you having fun? Do you share with everybody what you do because you're so happy about it? Or are you just very respectful that you get to work with such wonderful professional people? Do you like to work in a hospital setting? Do you see what I mean? You need to start to get reasons why you want to do this. What's in it for you, right? Because all goals do take work. They take action steps. And the work can be with joy and ease. Absolutely. I love my work, but I still work on it every day. I take action steps every day. But I also know that I can ask my guides, the angels, the master teachers, to help me with this. So I know that I need to take an action step. And when it was to create a radio show, the first couple things I did was, well, I've just got to do it. I got to get myself out there on a platform. And I've tried a couple of different platforms just to see which ones work for me. So each step that I took, I also found other steps opening up. Someone asked me if I would join their radio show. I thought, well, maybe that would work out because it'd be good to be with other people. And along the way, maybe not every step's going to work, but it works for the time that you're in it, because everything moves you forward if that's your goal. So keeping your goals in mind is important. It is important. And you want to keep it uppermost. Some people like to put it on the mirrors. They say, I'm going to be. So, well, what if it's something even more than that? What if it's, I'm going to be the world's greatest superstar? Okay, that's a goal. How does it feel like? Why are you doing it? Do you know what it's going to do for you? You got to have your why am I doing this? What is it that's going to get me? Is it that I really love a lot of money? It could be. It could be. So, but in order to have that goal, chunking it down, it would be, I need to learn my craft. I need to be respectful that this is an art, and I want to take some classes to learn that. Or if you're the nurse, you want to make sure that you start to figure out what kind of nursing you want to do. Where would be the best fit for you? Well, I think I would like to work with geriatrics because I loved my grandparents and I love older people, and I'd like to help them as they're working on those golden years. So you start to chunk down even more. What is it about this goal? Why do I want it? What's it going to do for me? And when you can also add in, how would it affect your health? Would it affect your health? Because now I'm excited every day. I get up and I just feel so on point. I'm making choices for myself. I have my own time to set as I want. So you start to work with this and get some depth to it. So it's not just saying, I want a husband. Okay, that's good, but what do you want a husband for? Do you want somebody to be a homebody like you? Do you want somebody to be a companion? Do you want somebody who reads the same kind of things you do so you can have intellectual conversations? Do you see, there's a lot of different ways to look at this, and the beauty is you're unique. So your goals are unique, what motivates you is unique, but the thing we all have in common, I truly understand this, we're all connected to that vibration of the source of God that I call the Akasha. We are all connected. We are all equal in the light vibration of God. And in that light vibration, we, each of us, have our own soul. And this soul knows more about us than we do, because our soul is open and has information about us we may have shut down. We might not know. Remember that veil that happens when you're born. So there is more out there for you. You can connect up to that source of you, and you can feel the love that pours to you. And you can sense that you have help around you. And when you start to act as if I know my angels, and you start to talk to them, they'll start to answer. Maybe it won't be in a hearing way. Maybe it is in the signs that come up. But when you take those action steps to reach the goal, because now you've got a goal, you know what you're going for, and it makes you feel good to think, I'm going to be a nurse, I'm going to be able to help somebody, I'm going to be able to, all those things that you have in your goal. And then you step back into your life and you're going, you know, I'm really looking forward to that. So maybe I'm going to go and I'm going to go volunteer at a hospital and see what it's like to share and read to people who are in the hospital and maybe have trouble focusing but could use some companionship. So you start to do little things to move yourself towards that goal. And if your goal is to share the best of you, in whatever capacity that is, because you just want to have fun, hey, that's a great goal. Having fun is a great goal, because if you have fun, then you're sharing that spark of you, that positivity that glows around you when you're having fun, and that can be very healing for the people around you. Or maybe you want to take that a step further and say, and I already do that, and I want to learn how to do it in a way that I can make even more money. So goals are things that will always build upon themselves. And it's good to have more than one goal. If you're like me, I'm motivated by multiple goals. I just have to do multiple things at once. I don't think well when I'm just working on one thing. I've learned that about myself. So you need to learn that about yourself. Is that you, or are you a person that needs that focus? I've got the one goal, and that's the way I'm going to get towards it, by putting my mind towards it. If that's you, that's great. It's good to know who you are, because then you can look at the things you're doing in your life and go, this isn't leading me towards my goal. So you know what? It's okay for me to drop that activity. It's okay for me to say, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to respectfully bow out of that so I can bring my energy to creating this goal that I want in my life today. So I hope you do see how having goals is going to help you. And it's good to be able to chunk them down and to know, in order to be a nurse, I have to first apply myself to get good grades so that I can go into the school I want. I better study what it means to be a nurse. So you really start to even plan it a little bit more deeper, keeping in mind that master goal and why. Why is that the goal? And how is it going to move you where you want to be? So, going through this, as we come back, we're going to start to put together, just to wrap it up, give you those simple steps once again so you can see how you can get from what if I could to, yes, I got this. I got this next step. So come on back to our last segment. See you soon.
Free your mind. Expand your soul. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM. The number one reason girls drop out of school in sub-Saharan Africa is lack of access to feminine hygiene products. The Pads for Schoolgirls Project, an outreach of Humanity Healing International, is changing this paradigm by setting up sewing programs at schools, teaching girls a vocational skill, while producing the reusable pads that help keep them attending classes. The girls pay it forward by making and giving pad kits to other girls in need. To learn more, visit humanityhealing.org. Humanity Healing is where your heart is.
Grab a cup of tea or a glass of wine and tune in for Inspired Conversations with publisher Linda Joy on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern. Linda creates sacred space for leading female luminaries, empowering authors, heart-centered female entrepreneurs, coaches, and healers. A soulful venue where guests openly share the fears and obstacles they've overcome, wisdom and lessons learned, and the personal journey that led them to the transformational work they do in the world. Inspired Conversations to empower you on your path to authentic, soulful living.
Have you ever wondered, what is the purpose of life? How can I do more, have more, be more? Do you want to talk to your angels, your higher wisdom? Have you tried? But here you are. I invite you to come take a class in the Akashic Vibration process. Learn the language of your soul. Enhance your soul connection. Expand your soul vibration. Contact me. Go to MaggieChula.com and learn more. Let me help you interpret the language of your soul.
People are always looking to invest in a good opportunity. So what if you could invest in the future of kids, like a stock? Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change called Better Futures. With your investment, it helps students like me go to college. My name is Charles, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. Brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
Okay, that's my music cue for the very last portion of this podcast, which is, what if you could? What if you could? So we've actually talked about taking what is that? What is that thing that you just wish you could do? And really start to honor that. That's something that's coming through you. That's something that's still there after all this time. Oh my gosh, even though I've gone 10 years down this career path, you know what? I still want to do this. This is what I want to do. Honoring yourself. Where are you today? Where is it? Because I'm going to assume there is something in your life that you want to do, you want help with, and you want to move forward with. So we're going to take that, and then you start to look at that and put it in a positive. Instead of, what if I could do this? Oh my gosh, my life would be so much better. Go, I can do this. I can do this. I'm going back to school. I can do this. I want this. So let's say that is your goal. You want to go back to school. Then you have to have a couple of different things in your goal. Number one, why? What are you going to be doing? It's not just go back to school so I don't have to work. I hope. Maybe it is, but I hope it isn't. So when you go to school, what is that degree going to give to you? How are you using it? It's really important to take this step for all of you who are about to embark on a whole new journey of education. And even if you're working with me, and I hope that you do come to Learn It Live and learn these classes with me, but it's, what are you going to have after? What are you going to do with it? How are you going to work? If you're working with me, I'm helping you learn how to dialogue with your council of light, how to connect up to your soul wisdom. So what I would say is, what you're going to have afterwards is self-confidence that you are not alone. Self-knowledge that there's more to you than this life. And this life is wonderful. And you have so much more you can do, because now you know you have the potential of all of the lives you've had before. So taking you to, like, what am I going to do this for? Why am I going to do it? What's in it for me? And really starting to see it. You know what? When I get that degree program and I'm a nurse, I'm going to be so proud of myself. I'm going to know that in this situation where I'm working, I'm making a difference in people's lives. I am, you know, whatever it is, however it goes, you've got to be able to put those things, play them in your mind. It's okay. I do advocate that you have a journal and you keep a journal, but these things have to be real to your mind, okay? So this goal, you want to start to put in place and say, this is what it's going to do for me. I know some people who are like, I'm going to only work Monday through Friday. I'm going to be off every evening to be with my family, and weekends we're going to have a great time. Well, good. Let that be your goal. And then I want you to take that mastermind concept, the one that says, I'm not working alone on here. I know I have beings of light who want to help me with this. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, yes, help me. As I move forward today and I start to study for this school, help me. Help me understand when I am on the right path and working towards getting that college to sign me up. You know, whatever it is, you're only limited by your imagination and your beliefs. So I want you to know that is absolutely true. And I do invite you to share your issues and concerns with me. I do work as a professional psychic, as a spiritual teacher, and a counselor. And together, we can brainstorm solutions and possibilities potential ways to move you through your concerns and share next steps so you can build your life in alignment with your own divine counsel of light. That's what I like to do. That's what's in it for me. To get more and more people to know their souls, to know this life is just a chapter in your soul's book of life. But it's important to you, of course, because this isn't a dress rehearsal. You are living this life. So I also wanted to share that I have a free introduction to the Akashic Vibration that's going to be live on Wednesday night. And it's free. It'll help you see how you're going to do this, what's it going to bring to you. I hope you do join me. My next topic for our next show is going to be, are you ready to create with ease? Because you can always look for the worst that's happening. And you want to know, some of you think you're a magnet for chaos, and you probably are. Because if you're constantly thinking what could go wrong, well, then your mind is going, oh, wait a minute. This is going to go wrong. I'm telling you, my mind, I don't even allow myself to do that anymore because I manifest things so quickly. So now I start to look at, okay, wait. This worry is coming into my head. How can I move that forward to learn to allow for abundance and ease? How can I move this forward so instead of this worry, I can see this person connected to the light of their own soul. I can know we're both moving forward the way we need to. You know, whatever it is, you can do that. And I also want to let you all know that I'm ready. I'm signing up people to come on the show. But here's what I'm asking you to do. Bring problems that are happening. And how have you been able to move forward from that? What are some of the tools that you've learned? Maybe in all of the things that the classes that you've taken, or are you a teacher and you have the ability to help people with this tool? Whatever it is, that's what I'm going to ask you. If you come on the show, I'm going to ask you, let's talk about what the problems and issues are. Let's dialogue some of the potential ways to move forward. But at the end, let's share 1 or 2 steps to help people, whoever it is listening, move their life forward. And on this one, the 1 or 2 things I want you to come away with is, great to continually have goals, because that helps you see where you're going in your life. Otherwise, you get stuck with today. If you're just in today, which is fine, it's good to be in today, but if you're only in today, where are you going? Where are you sending your mind? How is your mind helping you? How are the angels helping you? What have you chosen for your future? And know this, part of the Akashic Vibration process is we talk about project life, because your life is a project and you need to keep reviewing things just like you would any good goal. You want to keep reviewing it. So maybe you go to college and after 2 years you're going, nursing, maybe this one isn't for me. In these basic classes I've taken, I really like this. And that's great, because do you see how your first goal got you into college? And the second goal now is saying, I've learned some things, and so I'm going to adjust it because I think I want this to be my new goal. But then you have to take those same steps. Okay, why? What's this going to do for me? What am I going to do? How am I going to use this diploma when I'm finished? It takes you from seeing things as in the future but never ever attaining them to they're here right now. And you really do start to manifest more quickly because you're working on the quantum principle. You know where you are. Okay, here I am, 2 years into college. I know I'm here and I've got this. You know where you want to go. I'm switching my mind and I want to go here now. And that's good. That's great because you've made a choice. So, but now you go, and when I get this degree in chemistry, I'm going to be so good at learning how this chemical interacts with that chemical. And you're setting new pathways. You're setting new probabilities in your future. And the angels are still going to help you. Your council of light is going to help you. They're going to go, yes, And sometimes then you get new angels, new councils, new guardians, new sacred contracts. All of that is in play when you're working on your goals. If you want to learn more about that, I invite you, come, learn it live, Maggie Chula. You can find me through OMTimes and or my own website, maggiechula.com, theakashicvibration.com. And we talk about all of these things, tangible ways to move forward with the help from the divine beings of light, Mother Mary, Archangel Raphael. I mean, who doesn't want to work with archangels? They're wonderful. And you will learn how to connect to your own soul's wisdom and your own strength of light. Moving forward with light and in connection to the light of God, you will attain your goals more quickly, with ease, and along the way, create balanced health and well-being. So win, win, win all the way around. You can do it. I know how. Come join me. And thank you for listening to this show, because I know you are a soul. I know you're connected to God with grace and wisdom. Sending you blessings. Bye-bye. Have a great week.